Hello everyone, and welcome for the first episode of Mod Review. This series of reviews will be mostly focused on quest and content mod for the majority coming from Bethesda games. The reviews will be in majority on the most recent games, from New Vegas to Skyrim and Fallout 4, but if any major mods are released on older games, I will gladly try them. Those reviews are not made to bash modders and their work. After all, their dedication to those games are the reason we are still playing them. My goal with those reviews is to put on the spotlight the best we can get as quest mod, to show the player what quality to expect from them, and also to give honest feedback to the authors. That's it for the presentation, let's go for the review. Today's episode will feature the review of the Fallout 4 quest mod, The Bleachers, a Diamond City story. The Bleacher is a highly narrative mod adding a major new district in Diamond City called the Left Field Diner. The Left Field Diner is occupied by the Bleachers, a group of 4 people with each highly different personality and origins. The most noticeable point of the mod is the quality and details put into the Left Field Diner. From the greenhouse to the restaurant itself, the place is just gorgeous and one of the most detailed environments I have seen in a mod and even the base game. But the major selling point of this mod is the Bleachers themselves. Every of them feel different and developed, followed by a more than decent voice acting.
Order one, get over here. Oh god, you are so fucking dead.
For the main crew, at least.
Look now, you gotta do something. This bitch is crazy.
Can't help you there.
They are far from being cardboard cutout quest givers. You will enjoy stopping by to talk to them. The numbers of scripted interactions they have together and their everyday routine in the diner show how much the modder cared about them. The mod is also really lore-friendly and feel particularly well implemented in the world. The Bleachers speak of Diamond City like they truly live here. Their conversation will have a lot to do with the base storyline, and will even change their dialogue based on some of the change you made to the world with your choice. All those points do that you see the Bleacher as a full part of the world, and not just an out-of-place addition to the world space. We can also note a really good use of some of the player character voice line, to make him respond correctly and lively to them, adding even further to the immersion and the feeling to not be a spectator but a full part of the team. Some players might find this restrictive and forcing them into a role, but I found it quite nice and refreshing. The dialogues with the Bleachers are truly the meat of the mod. Every time they are with you, the discussion can go for multiple minutes, and on a rare occasion, even half an hour. It actually feels more like playing a visual novel than playing a quest mod. But this also shows one of the major problems of the mod, the quest. The majority of the quests of the mod are fetch quests, and the really basic kind. They are using the location of the official game and will mostly just add the quest item at the end of the dungeon, but the author tried to add some flavor for the better or worse. One of the fetch quests, for example, will have the company of an NPC, giving you some dialogue to kill the monotony, or in another case, the fetch quest will be followed by an escort mission. Fetch quests are not inherently bad and are a good chunk of Bethesda's new game design, which is more into dungeon crawling. The author cared more about giving good character development than losing a ludicrous amount of time in dungeon creation, which was certainly not his creative ambition, and for that, nobody can blame him for it. But some of the choices in those fetch quests tarnish the experience a lot in my opinion. For example, the author defends the fact that sometimes the quest giver doesn't know exactly where is the quest item, and will put multiple markers on the map explaining that it's more realistic that the NPC doesn't know the exact position of the object. A point of view totally defendable, but in gameplay, it's transcribed in the player fast traveling on various locations, going on a marker with no real enemies or event happening, and then having a notification that there is nothing there and to proceed to the next marker. It didn't bring anything more to the table. No special event happening or surprise at those false marks, just a message telling you it's not here. If you are lucky enough, you will choose the right one on the first try, but in other cases, you might need to chain 4 fast travel before finding the right one. But the major negative point is the placement of the quest item. Even if their location is completely justified by the mod story-wise, this doesn't change that some of the last one will ask you to go into high-level zone of the game, making the progression of the story really hard if you started the mod with a new character, and will ask you to go grind and do mandatory base game quests before being able to see the end of the mod. The mod is stated to be approximately 4 to 5 hours long, but a large amount of this time will be made of the player just running around in the game world, visiting and looting pre-existing content to get quest items. I can understand the necessity of putting some action in the mod, and the modder not wanting to lose too much time on this side of those quests, but it's actually really detrimental to the story since it cuts you short in your progression, and sometimes even asks you to go do something else for hours if you were unlucky enough to try the mod without an already high-leveled character. For the technical side, the mod can have some issues. First, the sheer amount of graphical content in the diner can put in bad shape all computers. That's why the author prepared different texture packs to be able to satisfy everyone's hardware. Another huge problem is the sheer amount of script used to make the district so lively that can provoke a lot of game-breaking bugs and will need some reload or console fixing. Thankfully, the modder is completely aware of it and will respond quickly on his mod page. I would still recommend you to search first if your question hasn't been already answered to not waste his time. In conclusion, despite the artificial length made by the fetch quests, which are for me the only real negative point of the mod, The Bleachers, a Diamond City story, is still a pretty enjoyable and unique narrative experience, and maybe one of my most entertaining experiences with a Fallout 4 mod. It is also packed with other content like new weapons, player home, decoration, and workshop items, but I didn't go too far into that, since it's not really the type of content I review. I will give that quest mod a 7 out of 10, but if you have a high-level character that could fast travel really quick to be done easily with the fetch part of the quest, then you can add a point to the note for a 8 out of 10. In any case, I do not see why someone shouldn't install this mod which has no real compatibility issues and fit perfectly in the Fallout 4 game world. And this is the end of the video. Feel free to comment and subscribe, and don't hesitate to propose a mod for the next review. Goodbye.